Hello everyone, this is Kamala100. Consider this. You just started playing Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explore as a Sky, and you really want to become a Pikachu, and the game's personality quiz keeps turning into a Totodile. Now instead of going through this quiz 50 billion times, wouldn't it be nice if you could just fudge your answers so you become the Pokemon you want? So how do you pass this test with a specific score you want? Well, to answer that, we would need to know how these tests are scored. That is where I come in. I'm going to go over how each Pokemon is scored and how you should answer your questions to get that score. Now, when taking your quiz, it doesn't matter how many times you take it, the first question will always be, did you play Explorers of Time or Explorers of Darkness? This might seem like a strange question, considering that Explorers of Sky is nearly identical to Explorers of Time and Darkness, and the answer to this question doesn't alter anything in the story. So what does it do? It actually has a major role inside the quiz. In Explorers of Time and Darkness, the player was able to become one of 16 different Pokemon. Those Pokemon were Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Pikachu, Meowth, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile, Treecko, Torchic, Mudkip, Skitty, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, and Munchlax. Each Pokemon had 2 different natures assigned to them that were determined by the player's gender. More on that later. There are 16 different natures for the 16 different Pokemon. Now in Explorers of the Sky, 5 new Pokemon are added: Vulpix, Eevee, Phanpy, Shinx, and Riolu, and 2 were removed, Meowth and Munchlax. But that is 19 different Pokemon with only 16 natures available. This was remedied by splitting up the natures of Skitty, Meowth, and Munchlax, and giving 1 nature to each of the 5 new Pokemon, with Skitty keeping 1 of its original natures. This made those 6 Pokemon gender exclusive. All of the 13 remaining Pokemon keep their natures from Explorers of Time and Darkness. Now, the point of the first question, if answered yes, is to increase the likelihood of the quiz asking questions that would provide a greater chance of you becoming one of the new Pokemon. I've also read that answering yes will make it easier to recruit certain Pokemon to your team later on, but I'm not sure about this. Before heading into the main part of the quiz, you'll want to know which natures apply to which Pokemon. They are as follows. Bulbasaur is lonely and docile, Charmander is docile and brave, Squirtle is quirky and bold, Pikachu is brave and hasty, Vulpix is a female exclusive and is relaxed, Eevee is female exclusive and jolly, Chikorita is calm and quiet, Cyndaquil is timid and calm, Totodile is jolly and sassy, Phanpy is a male exclusive and is relaxed, Treecko is quiet and hardy, Torchic is hardy and rash, Mudkip is rash and lonely, Skitty is a female exclusive now, with the Naïve nature, Turtwig is bold and timid, Chimchar is Naïve and Impish, Piplup is Impish and Quirky, Shinx is a male exclusive with hasty nature, and Riolu is a male exclusive with a sassy nature. The next 8 questions we picked randomly from 64 different questions. After 8 questions, the game will add up your nature points, and this will give you your nature. If 2 or more natures tie, the game will generate enough questions to break the tie. Once you have answered the questions and obtained your nature, you will get one final question. Are you male or female? Whatever answer you choose will determine which Pokemon you become based on the Pokemon associated with your nature. For instance, if you are a docile nature, you will either become a Bulbasaur or a Charmander. You'll become Charmander if you choose male, and Bulbasaur if you choose female.
Later on in the video, I will display all possible questions along with their answers, as well as what nature points are provided from each nature. You can use this video as a reference to see what answers provided which nature points. This will be good to know when you are going through your own quiz, so you can spread out the points for natures you don't want and accumulate points for the nature you do want. After I show every possible question, I will then display questions that provide nature points for specific natures. You can skip to your desired nature in the video and find out how you should answer the listed questions. If you get a question that is not on that list, you will want to go back and find out what possible nature points the question provides, so you don't end up accumulating points for a nature you don't want. Now I will display all possible questions.
The following 25 questions have 2 responses. The following 35 questions will have 3 responses. The following 4 questions have 4 responses. The following are questions that provide bold nature points. The following are questions that provide brave nature points. The following are questions that provide calm nature points. The following are questions that provide docile nature points. The following are questions that provide hardy nature points. The following are questions that provide hasty nature points. The following are questions that provide impish nature points. The following are questions that provide jolly nature points. The following are questions that provide lonely nature points. following are questions that provide naive nature points. The following are questions that provide quiet nature points. The following are questions that provide quirky nature points. The following are questions that provide Rash nature points. The following are questions that provide relaxed nature points. The following are questions that provide Sassy nature points. The following are questions that provide Timid nature points. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explores the Sky is a great game, and I hope you'll join me for the rest of my Let's Play of it. And if you haven't played the game before, I hope you'll pick up a copy and play along with me. I would like to offer special thanks to Sonic Trainer and GameFAQs for accumulating all this info into his FAQ. I've included a link to his FAQ in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Later.